Okay, so let's dive into win back your edge. I was gonna say win back your edge summit that starts today. And Andreas, you put this all together. Thank you for coming on the podcast to kind of explain what is Win Back Your Edge, what is Zap Wellness, what's your mission and your purpose. So thanks for sharing this journey with me.
Oh, thank you for taking part in it. I appreciate it.
Yeah, so I'm a speaker on Win Back Your Edge Summit coming on the live online summit. We can all watch from our home as we're working at home, staying at home, and continuing our education of self-care, and talk about your story, why you put this together, because it is so much work.
You know, it has been a lot of work, but it's been a lot of fun. And, you know, I think if I kind of take a step back and give you a bit of background, I was several years ago, I was probably pushing about 300 pounds. I'd always been really focused on my career and myopically so. And, you know, it got to the point where weight was starting to interfere with my career. You know, I was losing focus. I didn't have the energy I used to have. I was getting a bit older. And so it really was becoming an issue. And, you know, it didn't dawn on me by myself right away that this was an issue that I needed to deal with. Obviously, I knew I was overweight. But as I explained in the intro video to the summit, I was walking home one day from work, and I was heading up one of the busiest streets in Toronto. And this homeless man pointed at me in amongst a crowd and said, "You're fat." And I was just totally taken aback and thoroughly embarrassed, and immediately ducked down a side street and went home and really thought about it. And, you know, obviously he was right. And I thought, you know, I just got to do something about this. So I started losing weight. I started getting a bit more fit. And then I injured myself actually running, and I gained it all back again.
Because you stopped running, or because you got injured?
Stopped running, stopped focusing on eating well, and trying to create some balance in my life. So fast forward a couple of years, I was back up to 300 pounds. And, you know, not unique. I know there's many people who deal with that. But once again, got confronted with some life issues, and made a promise to my daughter that I would lose weight and get fit. And I knew this time, though, that I really had to make it stick. The work issues were still there, even more so because now I was a bit older. You know, again, losing weight or losing focus, and really struggling to keep up with folks. And at that point, I was also traveling a lot. So, you know, you dump that on top of it, it was even more of a struggle. So, you know, this time I took a really conscious approach to balancing the areas in my life, but not just the career side and trying to, you know, get a little more balanced on that side of things, but also really improve my approach to diet, to fitness, and try and really fill each bucket of my life and a little more balanced. And so that was about 4 or 5 years ago, and I lost the weight, and I now run marathons and ultra marathons, and I've kept the weight off. So, you know, at this point, I thought it was a really good time to try and give back to people, help other people who were in my situation, in particular, folks that are executives like I am. And, you know, I'm an executive at a financial institution. I understand those pressures that come along with that kind of job, especially in today's environment. With the COVID-19 crisis, brings unique pressures. You know, I'm happy to say during all of this, I have not missed a single workout. In fact, I ramped it up. I actually run every single day now. You know, so it can be done. It's not easy. But there are ways to do it. So that's really what brought me to this point, and wanting to share the summit with people.
I love love hearing stories of people that, you know, figured it out and they got the tools, and as your summit is called, is win back the edge. Like you regain the weight. Okay, something I did a weight loss program, but then I gained it
Mhm.
back. What did I do wrong? What was missing? And let's figure out how to do it again for the last time. And that's what
Absolutely.
we talk about in FDN as practitioners, that we want to help those people that are stuck in the cycle of trial and error. Let's try this. All right, didn't work. Let's try something else. But instead, let's like put the missing pieces of the puzzle together and figure out how to resolve your metabolic chaos, it's called, and resolve your health issues and regain your energy. And as you're saying, regain your edge. So what I wanted to ask you before we get into the summit, what did you do to differently that you regained that weight for the first time and went back up to 300 pounds?
Yeah, it's funny, and it comes across really clearly in the summit as well. You know, obviously diet's important. You can't be eating a large pizza or a tub of ice cream every day and lose weight, so that's really important. Fitness, of course, it just augments that. But the part that I didn't do the first time around is deal with the mental and emotional aspects of why I was eating the way I was. So it was really easy to fall back into those old habits. And you know, that was probably the key for me, is figuring out, okay, what triggers that eating? Why am I doing that? And then and dealing with those things and understanding when those triggers hit, what not to do.
Yeah, it's always the why. And that's what I love working with people as a health coach and myself. It's like an onion, and we have to peel the layers of the onion off to get to the root and figure out you as an individual. Everyone's different, but what is your why and what's going to help you reach your optimal self and not settle for this is the new normal. This is how it is. This is because I'm getting older, or whatever excuse you want to use, but know that you can take ownership for your health and your wellness, take control of
Absolutely.
it, and excel. And so let's dive into this. The summit starts today, win back your edge. And if you're watching the video, just some of the expert speakers, including Debbie Potts, myself, but Elle Russ and Joel Fuhrman and Dennis Shaver, talk about kind of what your goal is to, you know, in the selection of speakers, and what topics did you want covered?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's what I love about this summit is we brought people together from so many different walks of life.
Mm.
You know, a lot of people here obviously deal with diet and fitness, but also with the mental and emotional aspects of weight loss. But you know, to the point that we were making earlier, we even talk about finding that purpose. Why is it that you want to lose weight? You know,
Yeah.
for some people, it might be just to lose a couple of pounds to look great in the summertime, and that's fine. You know, that's an absolutely valid reason. But for most people who have a lot of weight to lose, you need to find something more significant that's going to last longer and give you that staying power with losing weight over the years. So we've actually got an expert, Dr. Eric Meisel, who's coming in. He's on tomorrow on May 12th to talk about finding your life purposes, plural, not singular, and how to go about that and how that helps in your quest to lose weight and get fit. We've also got folks who talk about you know, the team that you need around you to help you. So you've got her on your screen there. Ashley Jubinville is really focused on she's the kitchen coach, and talks to us about how to tackle the kitchen aspect, how to engage with your family, and how to get them to help out, because it's not a solo effort. As I found out, that was another key thing that I learned on the second time around, is you need to surround yourself with people who are supportive and who help
Mhm.
you get there. So those are just a couple of people. A few others that you know, I think are important in this time uh, with the COVID-19 crisis or pandemic. Elizabeth Borelli is somebody who focuses on helping people in their careers who may be in career transition, and how that impacts our journey on with weight loss. And then you know, one of my favorites was Dennis Shaver. He really you know, his main focus is on innovation and entrepreneurship, yet he brings the mental aspect of weight loss to bear in this discussion. So it's really interesting talking to him coming from the arena that he comes from. So those are just a few, and obviously Debbie yourself as well, and bringing the knowledge that that you do and the experience that you do. So.
Yeah, I really think it's just a perfect timing to have this summit. It wasn't, attended this time that when you were scheduling the dates, we didn't know what was going to be going on in our world. And, with the COVID-19, I'm even more passionate and I get fired up that we need to really teach people, give them the tools to take their health in their own hands and be responsible for it, because the coronavirus isn't just going to disappear, and the vaccine shot's not just going to make your immune system even stronger. So all the tools of creating that mindset, creating, your purpose and establishing your relationship with food, all these things you dive into in the summit are really free information that you can get now. And this is when we need it. This is like the time of our entire lifetime so far that we should be taking control of our health. Gut health, 70-80% is your immune system in your gut. Why don't we work on optimizing our health from the inside out now? And that includes your mindset and all the things you're just talking about.
It's so true. And as you said, the COVID was nowhere on the horizon when we started talking about putting this on. But, I've heard people joke about the COVID-19 being the 19 pounds that you put on during the pandemic while you stay at home. For a lot of people, that's very true. But it's a great time. You can actually come out of this, having lost a significant amount of weight, being much more fit than when you went into it. One of the things that I looked at, and I keep an eye on with COVID-19, is one of the target groups that's most susceptible to severe conditions is people who are obese. So there's even an additional challenge there that helps motivate me to keep the weight off. So,
So you've got Florence, who does the Kick Sugar Coach, and then it says Sylvia here does the Secret Life of Fat, relationship between fat and weight loss. Kim,
which is not as straightforward as you'd think. So it's that's really interesting conversation. Yeah.
And then Kim's talking about what was her topic? It's fitness and nutrition.
It's fitness, but with compassion. So it's really interesting talking to Kim. As a runner, I'm often hard on myself. I didn't make that target pace per mile or per kilometer, that my coach had set for me, and why didn't I? And, so you can be really hard on yourself, but Kim comes at it with a view of compassion towards yourself, and be compassionate on your journey.
So true. That's a big one. And what is Jennifer's topic? About food.
Jennifer talks about emotional eating, and she's actually her episode aired today. It's available right now. But she gives us a really good overview of the hows and whys of wanting to do and needing to lose weight.
So today's day 1, and people can sign up for it, and I'll put the links in the show notes, but Win Back Your Edge. And day 1, we've got how many speakers a day, and how many days does the summit go on for?
Yeah, so it's 3 speakers per day, and it's 5 days. So starting today, it goes till Friday. And the episodes will be up for about 2 weeks total. And then at any point during that, or if you'd like them permanently, there's also a link there where you can purchase the series for $47 for download for yourself to keep permanently.
Great. Yeah, it's always nice to get free gifts.
Absolutely.
On top of it too.
Yeah, and almost each of our speakers has a link. When you go to the page to launch the video, they'll have a link to their free gift. So there's lots of really good tidbits there, and whether it's a download or whether it's scheduling some time with the speakers to do consultation. Each speaker is a little bit different. So.
And then what about Joel Fuhrman? I know I've L. Russ. What are they talking about?
So Joel's really interesting. He talks about the nutritarian approach. So he's very much a vegetarian approach, and he's a 7-time New York Times best-selling author. Eat for Life is one of his main books, and he and I talk about what that is, what the approach is, and some of the benefits of that. And then Elle is an interesting conversation. She comes at it from a slightly different perspective. She dealt with a lot of thyroid issues when she was younger, and really did her own research and investigation on herself to figure out what that is. And so one of her missions is to help people avoid that. So she's written the paleothyroid solution to help folks figure out how to deal with thyroid issues. Additionally, she's just written a book related to confidence, and the two actually tie really well together. So, interesting interview. Yeah.
You don't want to say the title out loud.
Pardon me?
The full title is Confident as FU.
Yeah,
Blank.
it is.
That's funny.
I wasn't sure if that was appropriate for your audience.
Yeah, we won't say the word, but people can fill in and figure it out. So you can get free access, win back your edge, lose weight, skyrocket your edge, energy, and revitalize yourself. And I think that's important right now. What we should be doing, as I said, self-care. So what are your personal goals to get out of this? Like, what will make it success to you when it's all live this week? What are your emotions, and what are your intentions you're going to set, and what do you want to see happen?
Mm-hmm. What I would love to see happen is this reach as many people as possible, and to inspire people to start losing weight if they haven't already, or if they are and they're maybe struggling, to find that resource that they need to really help them achieve the next level. And if you're not sure, or if you know what to do or how to do it, you can reach out to any of the speakers. You can reach out to myself as well. One of the things, if you buy the VIB package, you get a 30-minute consult with myself as well to help you put together a weight loss strategy.
That's great. And that's your business is called Zap Wellness.
Zap Wellness is my company that's behind this. So we put it together. And my focus is on weight loss coaching, targeted mostly to executives and senior management in firms and with entrepreneurs as well. Really trying to help them navigate those waters that I've navigated. So.
Good. Well, I'm excited for this week. It's like the day's finally here, right? You've been working on it. How long have you been working on it?
You know what? It's probably been about 3 or 4 months of putting this together. Mm-hmm. We kind of paused for a minute when COVID hit just to see, okay, what's the right thing to do? But at the end of the day, we decided this is exactly what a lot of people need right now. So excited to share it with everyone.
Yeah. Well, I'm impressed and proud of you, and putting on a summit, because I always have these ideas, and when you reached out to me, it's like, totally, I'm in, because I've always had these ideas on my bike rides usually to do an online summit, but just to actually put it to work and bring it to life is a lot of work. And congrats to you to do this.
Thank you so much. Amazing. And thank you again for your help and your participation in this. I know people will be really excited to hear from you. Yeah. And your episode is airing on Thursday, May 14th. So really encourage everybody to sign up and take a listen. I think everybody will get something out of it.
Yeah. And chronic stress is what I keep talking about with our immune system and fat loss, and how, the more stressed we are, the more your blood sugar will go up and less fat loss. And then also stress is going to depress your immune system. So it's really important time right now to work on stress reduction solutions and work on our nutrition. And I put it all together, the holistic method, but just all these elements are so essential right now that we can do for ourselves. And I just was telling someone the other day, my analogy, was the car. We take our car in to get a tune-up, oil change, we get the wheels, new tires, but we never do that for our own selves and invest in our health. And it's just a good reminder to do something like that, that is free, and to just take a moment out of your day instead of watching another show on Netflix and watch one of these videos. They're really short. They're 20 minutes usually, aren't they all? Like
20 to 30 minutes. The only one that's an exception is the last one, which is an interview of me with my coach who walked me through all of this, Dave Wilkins. We went a little bit longer, but I think there's a lot of value in there about what it's really like to lose 100 pounds. So.
Good. Well, I think that's, an added perk to do 20 minutes, because everyone attention span is limited, and they just kind of move on. Because I know I buy these summits all the time, and then I never feel like I have enough time to watch them. So, just to fast forward and get 20 minutes of the real good stuff is really important. And that's something to, more motivator to sign up and watch these, because we have time for it. So thank you so much. I just wanted to share the story behind it with everybody, and share, the links and all these amazing experts. So hopefully everyone can sign up on the link and get your free viewing every day this week. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Debbie. I really appreciate the opportunity to talk to everyone.
All right. Enjoy.